I know a lot of people that have experienced it. I have friends, families. I personally haven't experienced it, and I've read a lot about people going through mental health problems after having a child. And I got curious as to why would having a baby become a thing of depression. My understanding is when you have a baby, it's a thing of joy. You should be happy that you have a baby because you go through a lot to have a baby. And then I got curious as to why people were not happy. And then I realized that it was more than we talk about, people don't often talk about the fact that you have your baby and you're scared of carrying the baby. You have a baby and you don't want to have any relationship or have something to do. You're scared because you feel something's going to happen to you or the baby. So that curiosity led me to getting deeper and deeper into researching about mental health, maternal mental health in general. And I realized that there are 5 stages to maternal mental health, which at this point psychosis is on the extreme spectrum. So I wanted to tell the story to create awareness and also to let other people experience and know that they're not alone.
And what was it like on the project? What was it like when you were producing this project, from the cast to the crew?
Okay.
And how were you able to navigate that?
Okay, working on the project was great. My post-production process was remote because I was working outside of Nigeria, but I had good people on hand that were managing. So all I needed to do was be like, this is the person I want to work with, and they get me the person that I want to work with, the people that I want to work with. Some I already knew from the get-go that I wanted them to play a certain role in the film, and some I found just watching other films, and I realized that they would fit into the role of the characters that I have in the movie.
So was there any challenge faced? Was there any moment where you feel discouraged? And was there at any point that you feel very happy while you were working on this project?
Discouraged? No. Challenges? Absolutely. There's no production that doesn't have challenges. There were times where we had challenges on set, but my goal was to make a movie. And regardless of what was going on, I just put that at the back, try to solve the problem as it occurred. But the goal was to finish the film, to have a film, and we pushed.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
would you like to tell the audience to watch this movie when you actually?
Absolutely. Please go out and watch Out in the Darkness. You would love it. You would learn a lot. You'll be able to help a friend, a family, or whatever person around you going through any form of mental health, not necessarily maternal mental health. It could be just mild depression. It would help you have empathy. You'll learn empathy, how to empathize with people that are experiencing mental health. So it is important for you to watch it. Tell a friend to watch the film. It's going to be out July 4th, 2025.
I'm checking at the page, your page. We saw that this movie has been shown in Canada.
Absolutely.
So how was the reception? How did people enjoy it?
The reception was great. The feedback was amazing. It showed in Canada, I think in May. Yes. So we have the theatrical release in Canada in May, and the feedback was amazing. The reception was great, and everybody liked it, and I thought it was important for me to bring it back home.
Good evening, Ma.
Good evening.
And well done on your just concluded project.
Thank you very
much. It
much.
was really a good job.
Thank you so much.
And as a producer yourself, when you saw the trailer of this movie, what came to your mind?
I think I saw somebody like me who liked very heavy story. I liked a filmmaker that understands her voice, and I think that I could see that clearly in Sarah's film. This is her debut film, my first time director, writer, producer, and dealing with such a heavy matter. I'm really, really encouraged, and I'm just here to support her. Out in the Darkness is such a powerful film that shines spotlight on the issues of PTS, postpartum depression, and mental disorder. And it is something that we don't talk about enough. And it's important that we shine a light, and I'm so happy that she's doing this. And I'm hoping that people come up from the 4th of July to support Sarah.
So we saw the trailer of this movie, and then you played the role of a father and husband.
Yes.
Being a father and husband yourself, how did you relate to your role?
I find it really interesting that, I love the fact that we're dealing with a mental health issue that a lot of women go through. I'm sure millions of women across the world go through, but an issue that is not understood by a lot of men. or a lot of people, as a matter of fact, and they don't know how to deal with it. And it makes it even worse because we're in a very superstitious, environment where before you know it, they're carrying you from one place to another, and they just mess things up instead of dealing with this thing as it is. It's a mental health issue. And so while that is a great thing, I think one of the things that we also do not realize is that the husbands also face a very challenging time, because there's nothing worse than a man who has vowed to spend the rest of his life with a woman, spend the rest of his life with a woman, protecting and providing, seeing the person he loves going through such a deteriorating condition. And that's it's a really big thing. So being a husband, being a pillar of support and strength in a situation like that, it's really tough. But also as a father, I think people underestimate the psychological impact of having children on men. I guess maybe because men don't talk as much about it, but women, yes, carry that child for 9 months. The fact that he's also going to have to be responsible for this life, first of all, financially, probably solely financially for the next 20, 25 years. And then just as a father, as a mentor, as an inspiration, as a supporter for the rest of his life. It's a big deal, to take on the responsibility of providing and protecting, not just for your wife, but for your child or your children as well.
It feels, I don't know, it feels okay. I don't know how it's supposed to feel, but it feels good to me and I feel okay, I guess.
At your younger age now, what is that inspiration that you're getting, and what do you think might discourage you? I mean,
There's nothing to discourage me. I don't see anything discouraging me until I finish and I go, I'm my Baba God. God, my inspiration daily is my mom. And sorry, I'm so grateful for her.
what is the interesting thing that I can say your experience in the Nollywood industry?
The most interesting thing is being recognized globally and being awarded for all my success and being recognized basically for all my hard work. Yeah,
All right. So, what's the future for you now in the Nollywood?
to go farther and farther, and I'm not staying in Nollywood. I'm going to strive harder for out of Nollywood and in Hollywood, Bollywood, Jollywood, any wood, as long as it requires acting.
Okay, please tell us your experience working with the producer.
My experience working with, she's so nice. She bought me chocolates. She bought me chocolates and she made sure I was very comfortable. And before we came on set, we did like a costume fitting and she just made sure I loved all the costumes and I was comfortable with them. I am so glad.
My name is Jide J. Blaze.
So when you heard about this movie, what came to your mind? What did you
I mean, based off the actors in the project, I expected that it's going to be something that is performance driven, and also the story has to be fantastic.
Okay, and what is your expectation?
My expectation is to watch a brilliant film. I expect that Adeyemi, Okanlawon, Kenny Bankole, I expect that they're all going to pull their weight in this kind of project. So yeah.
Okay, is there any word you have to say to the producer of this project?
Hey, well done. Making film in Nollywood right now is not the easiest, so I pray that you break forth in the box office. Hi, what's up? My name is Jide J. Blaze. Please watch Out in the Darkness when the project is out in cinemas. Thank you.
Area. What's up? Director, producer. She's causing problems on YouTube.
Dami.
This is what she looks like outside. Wow, you guys should see her when she's directing. Yes, you look like you. She has it. She calls me a mechanic actor. I'm not a mechanic director. And Sarah here, please come. This is my international connect. Come here. Yes. So I have my local director.
Why are you like this? Let's open up for official pictures. Thank you. Let's open up. Sorry guys. Okay, please open up. Please open up. Open up, guys. Open up.
It's a conversation that should be and must be had. right? And very quickly, I did say that we'll have just a little conversation about the theme of the movie: postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, if you will. And before I show off some of the members of the cast that are here in the audience, I would quickly bring forward a couple of people whom I believe are qualified to say one or two things about the subject matter. Okay, that's fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because of time, I will just run quickly and bring them forward here. That's fine. We have a mental health advocate here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, she will join us here on stage. Mrs. Adeyemi. Please a round of applause for her to step forward. We also have here with us a renowned gynecologist. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Samuel Adebayo, as he steps forward. I mean, this conversation will not be complete if we don't have a mother on this panel. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause as I bring forward Anne Njemaze. Please, a round of applause for her to step forward to field to elaborate a little bit more what we need to know, what we need to do, how we need to deal with these situations. I think that we need. So we're supposed to have one more microphone, so that, thank you. All right. All right, I promise we won't take too much time, just that these conversations need to be heard. So I'll just take a few questions across board, and then we can just shed a little bit more light on the subject matter. One more time, thank you very much for joining us. I'll go straight to the question, and I'll direct this first to the mental health advocate that is here. The question would be, can you help us understand what exactly postpartum psychosis is, and how it differs from postpartum depression or baby blues?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adeyemi. And postpartum psychosis, I'll say, is a complete break from reality. So it's a medical emergency. Most people who are psychotic wouldn't know they are psychotic. And that's why events or movies or things like this are critically important. It's important that somebody can see that somebody is psychotic and get them help. It differs because they have the thoughts in their head is what we call egocentric. They kind of believe it to be true, as opposed to things like OCD or where you have an intrusive thought that scares the hell out of you. So those intrusive thoughts, you know they are not you. You're worried, you're thinking them, but you can't stop thinking them. Depression basically is, can look like crying, which we saw that a lot. Apathy, things you really used to enjoy, you don't enjoy doing them anymore. Eating too much or too little, sleeping too much or too little, just, that break from who you really are normally. But psychosis is, as I said, complete breakdown of grandiose ideas. You can start thinking your baby's eyes are glowing red. If that was an intrusive thought, you'd be scared. If it's psychosis, you will really believe it's that. So grandiose ideas, thoughts that they really believe, complete breakdown from reality, seeing things people are not seeing, smelling things that is not there. No one else is smelling it, no one else is hearing it. That's what psychosis will look like.
All right, thank you very much. Seems serious. I would direct this question to the gynecologist here, if you will, sir. Are there specific situations or health conditions during pregnancy that increase the risk of postpartum psychosis?
Well, basically, changing hormonal system after delivery has been identified as a major factor. But notwithstanding, we have realized that some situations prior to or during pregnancy could also be a factor. That's why you see most of these women that maybe during pregnancy the man refused to accept the pregnancy and she's all alone, her parents are scolding her, everybody. She already got depressed even before delivery. So those could aggravate the situation. But notwithstanding, we still see it common among those that we cannot even see such history or such history. But to be honest with you, this situation is commoner than we think. Most times, just like I saw in that film, misdiagnosis or not diagnosed at all, very common. The commonest is the puerperal blues. That's almost 40-50%. But the good thing about it is it wears us within few days or within 1 week. So before it is actually becomes an issue, it has disappeared. But unlike psychosis, postpartum depression and all that could drag on for some time and could be even worse than what you see, without mentioning him. There is a teaching hospital in Nigeria that some years back, the woman developed this postpartum psychosis and it was not even identified. Suddenly, she jumped from the 4th floor and passed on. When you get to that teaching hospital now, you see that they make wire mesh to cover all the postpartum ward. Right? It's on the 4th floor. We have not mentioned it. We all know the place. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that little clarity on that. I'll talk to Mo, and I'll take this question from the area of stigma, culture, and support system that could be in place. The question is, there's often stigma attached to mental health, especially for mothers. How do we begin to shift this narrative? And what roles can husband, families, and community play in supporting a mother dealing with postpartum psychosis?
First off, I just want to say that it's a difficult thing to look in the face, and a lot of people in our society today don't believe it exists. I think the more technology, the more we want to tell ourselves it's not true. But if you've been there, you'll understand how very easy it is to sleep. It grows on you, actually. While pregnant, I think, doctor, I know that's possible. But you don't know it's there. And certain factors that surround you as a pregnant mother before birthing could determine these things. And so I think families have to be very observant. Support system is very necessary. I had my family, and that was, I think that was my saving grace. And people don't believe that they can linger for as long as 4 years, 5 years, if not diagnosed. And a lot of doctors are not ready to diagnose, not because they don't know, but the fact is, I think families go to the wrong doctors, and I think that's what happens. So people need to talk about it some more. Families need to be there for people like this.
Thank you very much. Of course, we can never underplay the role of family in situations like this. I'd ask one more round of questions, and this to the mental health advocates, and it would revolve around access to help. What mental health resources or organizations are available in Nigeria or Africa for women facing these challenges?
Yeah, when she mentioned doctors don't want to diagnose, I think one of the issues that our OBs have is because we also advocate for screening. Because in Nigeria, you can be pregnant 5 times. The entire perinatal and your antenatal care and postpartum care does not involve anyone checking in. There is no screening whatsoever. And so we're advocating, can we screen moms? Can we screen moms? And doctors are OBs would say, okay, so if I screen this mom now and she's depressed, where do I send her to? And moms will say, therapy is not affordable. I think that there are many resources in Nigeria. Maybe we're all just doing a poor job of putting ourselves out there. Perhaps we need to do better. There's Postpartum Support Network Africa, doing an amazing job, run by Kachi. He's out of the country now, but still, there's a lot of work going on. There's even advocacy that was founded by me, and we do support groups, and we also have a helpline that we are working very hard to make noise about. There is Institute of Counseling, I think, Dr. Tolu, I can't remember, Okoye, yes, that's her surname. There's Postpartum Foundation, there's Mom Confessions, Tinuke. She does therapies for moms. I think there are many resources, and we just need to do a better job of maybe talking about it. And there is also Postpartum Support International that have tons and tons and tons of support groups. And you can join from anywhere in the world because it's virtual, but that is it's not very African still. You may feel a little out of place, but it still supports. The helpline can be accessed globally, and these are all free resources. Our own helpline as well is free. Our support groups are free, and yeah, so those are some of the resources that comes off the top of my head.
Thank you very much. And really, anyone can answer this question right now. And after a woman experiences postpartum psychosis once, is she likely to have it again in future pregnancies? How should she prepare? Anyone can answer.
Thank you. Yes, we've seen it commoner with those that had it in previous pregnancies. So that's why, you see, when a pregnant woman comes to register, those are some of the detailed history we need to take. How does her pregnancy, past pregnancy, you take the details of the pregnancy, events around the delivery, after delivery, till postnatal clinic. In fact, during postnatal clinic, it's part of the things we also check for. Oh, is the baby pregnant? Does it solve very well? You have one-on-one with the mother. In good centers and good clients, you even need to interact with the husband or part of those that are supporting at home. If somebody just say, doctor, the reason why we follow her is she doesn't have time breastfeeding this baby. She will just isolate herself and started crying and crying. And we have been asking questions. She's not talking to us. That's the signal. Oh, she breastfeeds occasionally, but what we notice is she hardly sleeps. Oh, she avoids food, and at times she feels dizzy. I remember a client sometimes. After breastfeeding, she had been refusing food. You know, some of these symptoms are not straight jacket. It varies from individual to individual. This lady doesn't eat, she doesn't eat at all, but she doesn't mind breastfeeding the baby. At times, the baby will suck and sleep up, and one day she just collapsed, and they quickly rushed her, and when they picked her phone, the number they saw that my doctor, they called. Said, where is she? They described as, okay, I entered the car, let me quickly see. And I told them, whoever is there, please just get a bottle of Coke for her and let her drink. And by the time we checked, it was just the blood sugar that went down because she breastfed for some hours without eating herself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, because of time, it's not a conversation that we can exhaust, in a panel session after a movie premiere. Don't forget, it will be in the cinemas from July 4th this very year. Just before I let them go, last words from you. What last words for women, mothers generally, having issues like this?
Just like I said, I'm much more than the person who is going through it. I think that the families should always surround the pregnant person. I was telling a friend this evening, I said, indulge the woman the best you can. I know some women who want to take that overboard, and then and then you ask for cockroaches and stuff like this, but better care and encourage people to speak up and talk.
All right, thank you very much. I'm afraid we'll not take more than this at this time. I think the subject matter is a click away from on the internet, and you can also get to doctors and professionals to seek clarity and more help. Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, another round of applause for professionals as they get back to their seats. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, quickly, before we leave the auditorium, I want to show off some of our cast and crew who are here in the auditorium. Yes, for a while, of course. And I think I'll bring forward the writer and director and producer first. A round of applause for her again. A round of applause for her again. Please step forward. Of course, another stellar performance from Adeyemi. Adeyemi is also in the auditorium. Please step forward. I understand that Darasimi is also here. Please step forward. Quickly. I think that's about the cast. Stay there. Oh, apologies. Please step forward. Crew, members of the crew that are here. The DOP, SOG, please step forward. Mr. Paul, please step forward. Senator, please step forward. Simon, please step forward. Latif, Bonibi. Oh, okay, Liquorose is also here. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a bow. Please take a bow. Hold hands. And then about a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Oh, Darcy has something to say. Oh, this is the baby. Oh my. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of the night. This. Ladies and gentlemen, they are always sleeping. A round of applause for him one more time. He's not a big man. All right, I will hand over the microphone to the director for some words, please.
Okay, so I'm going to first say a big thank you to my cast and my crew. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. I hope you are as proud of this project as much as I am. And I cannot thank you enough, because without you, this would not have come to life.
I know.
But thank you so much. And thank you to everyone. So I'll say thank you to everyone for coming out today to watch this film with us. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties. This is, of course, out of my hand. I wish I could control it, but thank you so much. And there's more to the film. We did finish the film, but there's more to the film, and I hope you go to the cinemas on the 4th of July to go see the rest of it. Thank you. And of course, tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you.
All right, photographs. Of course, that will be it for the night after the photograph. Thank you so much for coming. If you will, I'm sure there will be post-premiere interviews outside. Please grace the carpet, grace the interviews. And again, all right. Oh.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if we could crave your indulgence, this film needs to be seen by everyone.
Yeah.
You are in WhatsApp groups, family WhatsApp groups. Some of you are even the admin in that WhatsApp group. Please take advantage of your position. Send them the trailer. Send them the timetable for the cinema showings. Please tell the world about this film. It's a beautiful film.
Yes.
I can't tell you how moved I was by it. And I think that everybody that watches this film will take something important out of it. So please help us do your part. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Adeyemi. All right. Yes, that's it. Pictures, paparazzis, are you done with them? Thank you very much one more time. It's been a night. My name is Babatunde Ojobaro. My friends call me Mr. Ray. Have a great night and a beautiful week ahead. Today's Monday, yeah? Yeah, it's a fruitful week ahead. Mr. DJ, you can just give us some music. Thank you all.
You love me? You love me? I love you too.